Welcome to Sisters Conversations with your hostess, Latrice Carter. On my spotlight today, I have an author spotlight showcase with LaNita Fitzgerald. Who is LaNita? She is a wife, a mother, an entrepreneur, a motivational speaker, self love activator, and author born, raised in Little Rock, Arkansas. She earned her BA in business management at the University of Arkansas at Little Rock. By day, she works as a supervisor of claims at a prominent insurance company in the health industry. And by night, she's the owner of For My Sister's Sake Accessories, an affordable jewelry line that blessed her sister's soul, builds confidence, and makes every outfit pop. Because of LaNita's passion for inspiring women, for her For My Sister's Sake brand will help sisters understand that no matter the hand they've been dealt in life, resilience, perseverance, a positive mindset, and a circle of sisters can help them press forward to be successful and win. Welcome to Sisters Conversation, LaNita Fitzgerald. Hey, lady.
Hey, thank you so much for having me tonight.
Oh, you are so welcome. And she is a Southern sister like myself.
Yes, ma'am.
We click. I am super excited to have you on the show tonight. I love the fact that you wear so many hats. That's what we as Black women do. We wear multiple hats. We are resilient. We are really, we step into our destiny, and it's, there's no stopping us. And as I was reading about you and checking out everything that you do, I smiled. I was like, that's what I'm talking about, my sister.
Oh, well, thank you.
Oh, you are so welcome. Now, you are a part of two anthologies. One being the anthology project titled Blessed, Not Broken, Volume 3, The Power of Transformation. Now, I like that title. I really do. Why don't you give our audience a little summary overview of the story that you contributed to this first anthology, and then tell us about the second anthology that's coming out in November, is that correct?
Yes, ma'am. November 9th is our release date. Okay, so Blessed Not Broken, Volume 3, The Power of Transformation is the first anthology that I participated in with a group of 12 women. My chapter focuses on some of my life experiences that center around feelings of being hurt, broken, and abandoned. I moved from life as a preteen to my adult life, and I share specific experiences and times where these feelings crept in and how I moved to overcome them. The title of my chapter is My Happily Ever After. So the readers get a chance to see what this journey of getting to my happy place looks like. In the second anthology, which is titled For Such a Time as This, it's an anthology as well with a group of 20 men and women. And in that, the title of my chapter in that anthology is Obedience Brings Blessings. My chapter in that anthology focuses on my journey of growth in my professional and personal working life, and it focuses on trusting the process when you are in what I call the holding zone. So that's the two anthologies that I've taken part in.
Okay. So what drew you to participate in an anthology?
Well, what an anthology is a collection of writings by a group. It's not just one author, it's, several authors. And I was drawn to anthologies due to time and knowledge. I felt like I didn't have the time I wanted to devote to writing a full book, and I didn't know the full writing and publishing process, so I was limited on knowledge. Well, that first anthology, Blessed Not Broken, fixed all of that. I learned the writing and publishing process, and at the same time, all I had to do was write one chapter. So that took care of the issue with my time. So that's why I was drawn to participate in anthologies.
Okay. And writing anthology is also a great way to get you out there and get
Hmm.
yourself established and establish fans, your readership. That's like a great tool for anyone who is aspiring to write. So kudos to you to be in two
Right.
anthologies. But
Right.
ladies and gentlemen, she will be writing her own solo. We're gonna talk about that a little later. I know I'm jumping ahead, but I just want to give y'all that little heads up, which I'm like excited about, excited for her to talk about too. um, what what was your inspiration for writing to your contributing story? Like, what got you started, and motivated in, when you started your writing process?
Right, right. My inspiration for writing the Blessed Not Broken Volume 3 chapter was that came from my mother and my husband, and you'll learn a little bit more about them, when you purchase the book and read the chapter. But I suffered from feelings, like I stated before, of hurt, brokenness, and abandonment. And it was my mother's courage and my husband's stubbornness that helped me push through and overcome. And it's kind of funny how God can use the people who hurt us to actually help us overcome. But I was able to overcome these bad feelings and learn to love myself. And in my chapter, I wanted to share the journey with others to give them hope that they too can, overcome. They're not alone. Like you said in my bio, no matter what cards that you're dealt in life, embrace those challenges, chase God, and they can overcome. My inspiration from writing the chapter in for such a time as this came from my family, my friends, and my coworkers. They would always ask me for advice on self-improvement. So most would often use the phrase that they're stuck. Well, my chapter talks about how I moved past being stuck. That's where the inspiration came from both of those chapters.
Okay, that's very good. Very good. Now, I always give my authors an opportunity to read a little bit from their story, but I know yours is an anthology, so I don't want you to give too much away. You can read a line or two if you like, so to
Okay.
kind of give the readers and listeners just a little bit of what they have to look for. And if you want to
Okay.
set it up, if you want to set it up or just jump right in, I will step.
Okay. Okay. Well, this is Blessed Not Broken, the pretty colors. Blessed Not Broken, Volume 3, The Power of Transformation. And so I'll just read a little bit from one of from a little piece out of my happily my happily ever after.
Okay.
So here goes. When my husband and I met, I had 3 children and my tubes were tied. He had 2 children. It was a struggle, but we were satisfied and happy with our blended family and we made it work. We told each other that 5 children were enough for us. Then my husband learned his children were sick with a rare disease called Duchenne muscular dystrophy, and they probably wouldn't live to see age 14. Well, one died at the age of 20 months and the other died right before he turned 3. Losing his babies devastated my husband and put strain on our family. This loss changed our lives forever. My husband admitted he felt a void after losing his babies and he wanted more children. We saw a doctor to have my tubes untied, but in the process, the doctor discovered fibroids in my uterus. I heard so many negative things about the surgery to remove the fibroids that it scared me into putting the surgery off. When I was ready, I was too late. My uterus had been destroyed by the fibroids. The doctor performed a partial hysterectomy. I would never be able to have kids again. This was what I refer to as the interruption of everything.
Oh my goodness. My God. Wow. That's
Yeah.
that's a lot. I'm glad you're sharing your story because you will help somebody else in that same situation. You're going to give them some hope that you can get through it, and you're
Yes,
going to
ma'am.
give them something positive because something positive eventually came from it. That
Yes,
is really
ma'am.
good. How
Yes,
did it
ma'am.
make you feel when you saw your story in print?
Man, it feels awesome and like a total dream come true. I want my readers to walk away feeling that no matter their current situation, no matter how bad it looks, they are going to be okay. They just have to learn to trust God first and love themselves enough to make a strong effort to do better because they can overcome. In my chapter, I share 10 principles to practice in life. 10 I share 10 principles to practice in life to help them do this.
Okay, that's good. That's good. See, she's going to give you some takeaways that you all can have. That is, that's good. She's telling, she's sharing a part of her, but then she's giving you something to take away and apply to your own life. I like that. That is very good.
Absolutely. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now, you are going to be releasing in December of this year your own book. Can you tell us a little bit about it and what the title is?
Ah,
If you
the
can't tell us the
name.
title, don't worry about it.
No,
But tell us a
I
little bit about
can. The funny thing is, I have changed the title a couple of times, but right now the title is No More Tears, a story of faith and resilience. And what it is a memoir of my life's journey, the good, the bad, and the ugly. And it's kind of like expanding on the blessed, not broken piece. So
it.
I don't want to,
Yeah.
dig in too deep, but basically it's a memoir of my life's journey and it talks about the good, the bad, and the ugly.
Okay. Okay. That's good. I like that title. Usually when usually when our title keeps changing, because I did that with my first book. My God, that title changed. Man, it changed probably about 8 times. But I write nonfiction. So, I'm sorry, I write fiction.
Mhm.
So I had to like step back and just let my characters tell me what the name of the book and the storyline unfolded. So my title came by the time I was on that last draft, I knew what the title was.
I actually have a fiction piece too, but I wanted to start here with these two anthologies and then this memoir. But then after that, I'm gonna dive into some fiction too. So
Okay.
I'm ready to just venture into it all. So
That's good. That's good. Don't limit yourself. That is beautiful because no limits, no limits. So, one of my other questions: what message do you want your readers to walk away from both anthologies? What message do you want them to take away after reading both anthologies?
well, basically, like I was saying earlier, I want them to learn to trust God in the blessed, not broken piece. I want them to, learn to love themselves. And that was the purpose of me adding those 10 principles for
Mm-hmm.
them to practice in life. And for such a time as this anthology, my message is for the reader to trust the process. Sometimes God has us in a holding zone and we just have to learn to be patient, but at the same time, while we're practicing patience, we have to also do the work. And we can meet any goal that we set for ourselves. Again, we just have to learn to trust the process.
Absolutely, and I like what you said. The holdings, God. Sometimes God's
Holding
have
zone.
us, and He have us holding still. Like, wait, it's not time. And my pastor had preached about that, and it's so true because a lot of times we want everything now, but it's
Hmm.
not time. It's not your time. It's not your season. And
Right.
yes, it's not your season yet. Like, be still. This still got some work, or maybe there's still some work that you need to do before he allowed that to be come to life. So
Right.
I like what you're saying. That, yeah, trust the process. You do got to trust the process. You can't trust man. You got to trust the process and trust God. Because if you trust the process,
Absolutely.
you'll trust God.
Right.
Hey, I like that. I like that. So, what are you reading now? Because I ask all my authors, because I have some authors say, "Well, I don't read nothing." How are you a writer and you don't read? So,
I absolutely love reading. So Right now, I was nominated for a Leadership Development Institute at my job. And so right now in that particular program, we're currently reading a book titled Emotional Intelligence 2.0. It's a very deep and interesting book, and I'm just learning strategies on improving my emotional intelligence skills. You know, emotions play a big part in our daily living. So
Mm-hmm.
it's helping me to be more aware of my actions so that I can make changes to improve how I interact with other people. So I don't like to just read nerdy type books and stuff where I can self-improve, but I also like a little bit grit too. So I'm also reading a book titled The Baltimore Chronicles by Treasure Hernandez.
Okay.
I love my urban street books. I don't care, where I end up in life. I'm always gonna be a Southern girl from the hood. It's in me. We don't have to just let it display
Yes.
all the time or whatever. We turn it on and off or whatever. But I love urban street books. And right now I'm reading Baltimore Chronicles by Treasure Hernandez. That's one of my favorite authors. So
Okay.
I like to go way back in time and read old stuff too, because it's a pretty old book. But
Okay.
I love urban street books. So
Okay. Okay. That's good. Hey, reading is fun, it's relaxing. It allows you to escape into another world
yeah.
sometimes. Yeah,
You know
hey,
how many boyfriends I done had in these books? Some of these
yes.
a lot of these authors, they paint a really, really good picture. And so I want to be, one of them authors one day when I dive into on my fiction side. So
There you go. There you go. Hey, read what you want to write. There you go. So you can see, like, oh,
exactly.
I gotta. Oh, yes, 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 yes. What advice would you share to a new author who wants to write their first book? Now that you're considered an experienced author, because you got two anthologies under your belt. You also have a new release of your own coming out in December. So what advice would you tell a new author?
I would share with them first that don't get intimidated and overwhelmed. It's not a hard process. You just have to, it's all about getting connected to other like-minded people
Yes.
that, other like-minded people that can help you like find that blueprint, find
Mhm.
out the process. I ended up joining the Pen to Profit Facebook, like I think it was early last year, and everything I needed to succeed was there. I found everything I needed in that particular Facebook group. Shout out to Tamara Mitchell Davis for that. I would I would definitely advise them to also find a good coach or mentor to
Yes.
help establish a blueprint of the process to help them get a plan together. It's not a race. It's not anything that they just have to, rush and jump into. You make
Mhm.
a reasonable schedule for yourself and you get that book written and published. If things change on you, you don't drop the ball or give up. You just go back, revisit your plan, shift some things around, and just keep going to get to the finish line. Even if they're led like I was led, they can join an anthology, where they can
Mhm.
learn the process and do minimum work while
Yep.
learning the process at the same time. It has helped me in becoming a published author. So, this same process can work for them too.
Absolutely. Absolutely. That mentor, having a mentor, a coach is a blessing. That
Mhm.
blessed my spirit. Because that's what how I started. I started with a coach and my mentor, God giving me that guidance. And it was someone who's already in the game. They know the business, and they right away they'll
Mhm.
tell you, and get someone who's going to be honest with you, and not
Yes,
and not going to just say, yeah, yeah, go ahead, publish that. No, no.
absolutely.
And like
Absolutely.
you said, there's no rush. And I've changed release dates 4 or 5 times. Like, And to the point where I just don't tell nobody when it's okay, it's to be determined.
Right,
Once,
TBA.
yes, once I get through book formatting, that's when I'll be like, okay, I have a release date now. Because you got to go through them edits, them that copy editing, that line structure, then the proofreading. Once I get through all of that, then I can really sit and give a solid date. But you're so right. Getting a mentor, having a coach, someone who knows this business, someone who's going to be honest with you, and they're not going to steer you wrong. So and joining a Facebook group, those writing groups are a big help. You learn so much.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yes. And let me say this, don't join too many groups because
Right, it gets so overwhelming. That's what I started out with. And then after I found the Pen to Profit, which it had a different name at first, I don't remember what it was, but now it's called the Pen to Profit group. And once I got in there and saw that everything was in there, I took a master class, then I took another class, then I got in on the anthology. I said, you know what, all these other notifications, let me get out of this.
Yep.
And I just started coming out or whatever, but I found everything, everybody
in one
that
group.
I needed in that one group. So yes, ma'am, don't get in too many.
Yes, I did the same thing you did. I came out, I was like, why am I in all these groups? There's no way where in the world I can participate in all these groups. So you have to pick and choose what's going to be best for you. And most important, ask yourself, can you dedicate time to all these groups? Because you don't want too much noise in your ear, because especially if it's conflicting. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's the number one reason why, because everybody didn't do everything the same. You can get to the same destination, the finish mark, but this group says this group say this group say something that's totally different from this group over here. So if you in too many groups, you gonna confuse yourself, and like you said, all that noise, it'll make you drop the ball and just not keep going and get to the finish line. So you are absolutely correct. Don't get in too many of them.
Awesome. So 2020, a global pandemic.
Oh, yes.
That year, I would love to press like redo, right? But we can't. What was it about 2020 that you learned about yourself that you're doing different in 2021?
You know what? That's funny you asked that, because I actually posted about this morning in my Author L. Fitz group on Facebook. If I hadn't learned anything else from the pandemic, I've learned that my timing will never be perfect. So now, right now, is as good a time as any to work on chasing my dreams. So I'm not, promised tomorrow. So I try to work on making my mark in the world every day. I'm blessed to wake up. So that's the most important thing that I learned going through this pandemic. And what I do now, when I want to do something, I don't say, oh, let me make this, 6 months on down the line. What if I'm not here 6 months on down the line? So now is the perfect time. This time right now is the perfect time. So that's what I learned, and that's what I'm doing different, not just 2021, but moving forward, period.
That's good. Very good. Now, in your bio, I have read earlier, you have another business that's titled For My Sister's Sake Accessories. Tell our audience a little bit about that. I know we're getting a little bit off topic, but I can't not let you go tonight by not talking about For My Sister's Sake Accessories. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yes, ma'am. I love to talk about For My Sister's Sake Accessories. That's gonna be like my overall brand. So that's where the name of For My Sister's Sake Accessories came from. But what it is I am a paparazzi consultant, and I actually started doing it actually just for the discount in the beginning. And initially, I'm not gonna, tell a lie, I'm telling the truth. I wanted to be a paparazzi consultant so that I could, get the discount. Well, when I would wear my jewelry out and women would see my jewelry, they would always be asking, "Oh, where you get that from? Oh, that's pretty. $5. That's all you pay for that? That looked like a nice piece." So I was like, "Oh, while I'm wearing this and showcasing this and getting a discount, I may as well sell it."
Yeah.
It does something to my spirit to, see, a woman feel good about herself, a woman to be encouraged and for her confidence to be built. So I said, you know what? This is for my sister's sake right here. This I didn't do this for the discount. I did this for my sister's sake. And so I took that on last year and I didn't, took it. I do pop-up shops. I got a website. The website is www.formysistersake.com, and sisters is spelled sistahs, just like your sisters. That's my website, and I mean that's my baby. That's where I'm starting. I love jewelry and I love to, help women build a confidence. And like you said in my bio, at the same time, I like to make all your outfits pop. So that's that's for my sister's sake accessories.
Okay, I love that. I love that. She's so you look, she's so positive and just so perky. I love it. That fits your personality. So that is beautiful. And
Thank you.
congratulations on that. And tell our listeners where to connect with you on social media. If you have, your author website, all your where they can find you so they can connect with you and stay up on all your projects.
Okay. For my sister's sake accessories is my jewelry line, and that website is www.formysistahssake.com, www.formysistersake.com. Then I have my author website, which is www.authorlfitz.com. My real name is LaNita Fitz, but in the writing world, I go by Author L Fitz. And so that's my website, www.authorlfitz.com. On Instagram, they can also catch me at Author L Fitz as well. And on Facebook, it's under my name, LaNita Fitzgerald, or they can, go to my group, Author L Fitz. I forgot to mention, I also have a Facebook business page for the jewelry as well, and that is For My Sister's Sake Accessories. So I'm on Instagram, Facebook, and I got the Author L Fitz website and the For My Sister's Sake website as well.
Okay. Hey, y'all, make sure y'all follow her, connect with her, and Sisters Place will be connecting with you as well on all of those platforms that we share together. Now, before we go, is there a word that you want to leave with our audience before we close the show?
Maybe not a word, but a phrase.
Yes.
And it's a phrase that we often told each other in the Blessed Not Broken anthology. And it's actually a phrase that I've carried, for a while within me. So when they started talking about it in the Blessed Not Broken, it wasn't new to me. Trust the process. We often want to rush things. We want things in our time. We, like you were saying earlier, we're not patient. We want it now. We don't want to, wait on God. But I would encourage everybody, whatever it is that you're trying to achieve, whatever it is that you're working towards, it may be slow. It may be, pacing along, turtling along, but if you just trust the process, you're gonna get there. That's
Absolutely.
what I would leave with, everybody, to just trust the process.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Y'all heard it. Trust the process. Well, LaNita, thank you so much for coming on to Sisters Conversations. I so appreciate you. And Make sure you all pick up copies. Can you tell our audience real quick where they can get copies of both anthologies?
Yes, Blessed Not Broken Volume 3, The Power of Transformation has already been released. So if you order a copy of that, you'll get that now. We're doing pre-sales on the For Such a Time as This anthology, but you can purchase both of them at my author website, which is www.authorlfitz.com. That's authorlfitz.com, authorlfitz.com.
Okay, y'all heard it here first. Hey, go out, pick up your copies. Meanwhile, I want you guys to stay safe, stay healthy, and be blessed. Until next time, this is Latrice Carter, Sister's Place. Thank you.